Hey everybody, I'm that one person. I know what you're probably thinking. What are you doing playing this again? I thought you already finished playing this last time. Here's the thing. If you remember correctly, I mentioned that I wanted to try to get through all of the race missions, the street races. We have not done that. I think there's only like 3 left. 2 here and then 1 in the final level, question mark. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to do that, because I didn't really have any plans for what to stream today. Also, just to make sure, all the audio is coming through correctly, right? The game audio is a little loud. Okay, so I just want to make sure that everything's all set. But also, another big reason as to why I'm doing this again today, I have had just a whole fucking experience today. I've been through a lot today. Honestly, I've been kind of going through a lot just in general lately. Nothing actually big, nothing like a problem, just a bunch of small things that after a while kind of get to you, right? And I think today is like when it's hit the absolute worst because of one specific thing that happened. So I've got a lot of things I want to talk about. So here's the thing. One of these is gonna affect you, but I'm not gonna have it be the first thing we talk about. You guys are gonna have to fucking wait to hear about the thing that actually affects you. Unless you were following the Discord, or you're on the Discord, in which case you probably would have already seen me post about it. Regardless, nobody in chat say it if you know it. Because I know at least one person in chat does know it. Um, here's the fucking thing. Uh, there's just a whole long list of shit that I've been putting up with lately. Here's one. I really like cooking. I haven't been able to fucking cook anything properly lately, and it's really been getting to me. And on top of that, because I haven't been able to cook anything properly, I haven't really been able to eat that much lately. Because every time I make something and then I eat it, it makes me sad because it's terrible. It's been rough. It started, I think a couple weeks ago when I tried to make fried shrimp at home. And, like, I've been told that it was just, like, the shrimp was bad at this point, so it wasn't my fault, even if it was cooked by a fucking master chef. It probably would have still tasted terrible because it was bad. But what matters is that I tried to cook fried shrimp, and it looked really good. And then I tried to eat it, and we couldn't even, like, we decided it wouldn't even be healthy to try to get it down. That was the first one. That was a while ago, right? So since then, it's been fine. After that, I was able to cook a few things here and there and not have issues, right? So then like a little while later, I tried making fried chicken sandwiches for my family. Again, the first one was also for my family, but still. And they had it. They said they were amazing. They were obsessing over it. I get the feeling they were lying to my fucking face, because the 2 sandwiches that I had that I made were disgusting and soggy, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It was not good at all. I like the first bite I had was good, but then as I got further into the sandwich, it just got worse and worse. And then the second sandwich, which was just leftovers, I thought maybe I just got like a bad piece on that first one. If I did though, half of the chicken I made was just bad pieces. So I just had 2 really fucking rough chicken sandwiches. I've been told they were great. I didn't really get that from what I had. Oh, fuck off, Homer. Alright, I don't know. His car is just faster than mine because that was like a massive straightaway that he beat me at. Okay, I'm gonna get a better car. Imagine your family telling you your cooking is amazing even if it's bad. I don't know if it's just I got bad pieces or just mine was like I just got really unlucky. I just don't fucking know, man. But what I had was just really bad and it really made me sad. So then, sure, fine. Maybe it's just because those are really complex vehicle or not vehicles. I was looking at the thing. Complex meals, right? I'm sure it's not actually that bad. Maybe if I just made something like pancakes. I've made pancakes twice this week, and both times they have come out terrible. Just terrible. I can't, like, it's fucking pancakes. The first batch I made was from a boxed mix. How could I screw it up that bad? You know? Imagine your family telling your cooking is amazing, even if it's bad. My dad just tells me, well, it's food no matter what I make. I'm sorry, man. But you know what? At least you're able to eat your food. So yeah, I don't even know how the fuck I did it, but the second batch I had was just this morning, and it's like I've tried this recipe before. I've made this recipe before, and it was really good when I used that recipe. But I don't know. I guess I just fucked up with the baking soda. That's my only guess. But like, man. So, it's been hard for me to even fucking eat lately. But also, on top of that, the greatest fucking thing you could possibly even imagine happening to me happened this morning. I had to fucking throw out an entire recorded playthrough for YouTube because the audio was just fucked. Like, not even like the normal Sonic Adventure fuck that we've been having so far. This is terrible. Completely unusable. Because I wasn't even getting all of the fucking audio recorded. I fucked up so bad because I kept putting things into like the other audio tracks and I wasn't actually recording any of the other audio tracks. Yep, the most obvious shit. And I fucked it up. So all of that playthrough gone. Can't use it. Can't do anything with it. Been recording it for what, almost a year now? Gone. Completely useless. And it's entirely my own fault. And that's not even the only one. There's two like that. I've been offered by my friend Arizona in chat to use her audio because she was also recording it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about whether or not I'm even gonna fucking keep that one. But, like, the fact that the audio is completely ruined is definitely not helping, you know? I'm just kind of going through it right now. I've had kind of a long day. Would you fuck off, Homer? Wait, does OBS not record all audio tracks automatically? It's a setting. I had it set to only record the first audio track. So it was all completely useless. Because I had my fucking settings wrong and was only recording the one audio track, but it had everything dispersed to every different audio track. So, Yeah, I've just been kind of moping all day, I suppose, because of how ridiculously stupid I am. That just kind of like ruined my whole day, and I haven't really been able to do much today. I mean, like, at the very least, I guess I'm glad I caught it now rather than when I started to edit that shit. Because, like, I don't even know why I decided to check it. I just randomly got a sinking feeling in my chest, or in my. Just in my body, in my stomach, wherever the fuck a sinking feeling comes from. I just got a feeling like I should check that. I feel like I did something wrong, and I should go back to those playthroughs and make sure I had everything recorded for that. And I didn't, because I'm a fucking moron. You could sense it in your feet. It was definitely a torso feeling, at the very least. Not a foot feeling. I don't want anything to do with foot feelings. Can I just take this? No. Whatever. I have that unlocked anyway, so I guess I'll just use it. He can't he can't overtake me on a straightaway if we're using the same fucking car, right? Nice. Thank you for swerving in the exact direction that I was going. But yeah, and the worst part is I was recording that with someone else. The one that I was definitely going to the one that I definitely have to throw out. So I wasted someone else's fucking time with this shit. So not only do I feel like shit because I completely wasted my own time, I feel even worse because I fucking wasted my friend's time with all of this shit. So yeah, that's what I've been up to today. What about you guys? Have you been having a better day than I have? I sure hope so because the bar is on the fucking floor at this point. But yeah, besides that, that's pretty much just the main reason why I couldn't really think of anything else to stream today. Because I was just kind of in a mood. One that I could not be saved from, I suppose. Fuck. Took a nap and got woken up by a dude ringing my doorbell to try to sell me Spectrum internet. Yeah, because you've been having such good experiences with it in the past that you're gonna want to buy it again. I mean, I know that he probably just doesn't know that you already bought it the first time, but like, Jesus Christ, Spectrum internet is just terrible for you. Yeah, he's definitely still catching up, even when I'm like in the same car as him. Like you see in this, speaking of Spectrum, man, I'm lagging like hell on my end. I've been spending like a few hours trying to get all of my things fixed. I just mostly just mess with audio tracks and stuff though, so I don't think it would have ruined anything for you. So I don't know if that's on me. I could take a look. I haven't dropped any frames. Everything's still running fine. So yeah, that's just Spectrum for you. Ah, for fuck's sake. I know the lag isn't you, it's Spectrum. Yeah, I assumed, but it doesn't hurt to check just to be sure, you know? Did I mention that this car is kind of ass? It slides around all the time, and there's no fucking way he expects me to believe that he's driving that perfectly in this slidey ass fucking thing. Also, where are the particle effects for the Isn't there supposed to be a particle effect for the breaking glass? It's just kind of disappearing. Either way, I'm not in the fucking mood to deal with debugging right now. So, you know what? If the glass is broken, then the glass is broken. The secret to driving this car perfectly is to be drunk. Yeah, I guess that's how he always drives this so perfectly, huh? Because he can never put his fucking bottle down for 1 second. Fuck. Try to scratch my nose for 1 second and I'm suddenly drifting all over the place. Nope. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of missions because we're pretty much already out at this point. But we'll figure it out. I might just end stream. I don't know. I don't want to though because I feel like I've been ending stream early a lot lately. Either way. Okay, so Ralph was the race in downtown. So I guess that means we have to go somewhere else. You know, I went into this thinking I would have a lot of things to talk about, but I guess I mostly just had to rant about the fact that I'm terrible at everything that I do, apparently. Cooking, streaming, recording, it doesn't matter. I'm just bad at whatever I do and I should stop trying. But that's not something I need to worry about here. I just need to keep playing the game, I guess. I guess if I want to fill the time, though, I could point out that I am still collecting games for the game vote. I already have like 2 out of 3 categories selected. I'm still thinking on what the last one's going to be. I'm kind of not really in a spot where I can just like throw it together, I feel like. Right? Because I'm kind of broke right now. So if I end up having to buy a game, it might be a while for the next game vote selection to be played. Fuck. But yeah, I am still kind of collecting. If you want to go to the Discord and suggest games in the suggestions channel. Last one is going to be Rhythm Heaven. That's the category. No, I can't do rhythm games because we still have that for the losers bracket from last time. I wasn't. Well, I guess you guys could have checked. Never mind. It doesn't matter that I said that, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's kind of also why I just threw this game on. I wanted something I could just kind of not pay too much attention to, at least when I'm running around looking for the street race guys. Okay, there's Nelson, and we already did his, so we need to find Millhouse at the seaside. Oh, right, bonus missions. I guess we could try doing a couple of those if we finish this stream super early. But with the way things are going, it's not looking that way. You know what? Since I'm just spending this entire stream airing out my failures, you know what else was really dumb of me to do? I didn't even realize that I just kind of wasn't thinking about it, but I shouldn't have streamed on 4th of July. I don't know why I did. I just kind of was doing another Saturday stream and I didn't realize that that was on 4th of July until like right at the end of the stream. And obviously nobody showed up to that because why would they? They were busy doing shit. So I'm a fucking idiot, I guess. So I don't know, man. Maybe I just need to like relax for a bit. Sorry I didn't show up. I was drunk. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's on me for streaming on a holiday and not realizing that I was streaming on a holiday anyway. Nope, nothing over there. I don't know. I guess I might. I mean, I probably won't be taking a break anytime soon, but I don't know. Maybe I need one. Or at the very least, maybe I need some opportunity to just get my head straight. I'm probably just in a mood today because I learned about me having the audio fucked up for multiple different recordings in the same day, and then also have to try to fix the audio for the next Sonic Adventure parts. Which I mean, they're not that bad. It's the audio is all there at the very least. It's just not very well done because I wasn't doing things in separate tracks. Apparently, that was the right way for me to do things there. But yeah, I know that all of this is just kind of not a big deal. But like when a bunch of things like this start to happen all at once, especially when all of them are at least to some degree your fault, it kind of just hurts, you know? So if anyone in chat has anything a bit better to talk about, something that's gonna put people in a better mood, or at least put me in a different mood, by all means, don't feel obligated to, but if you want to talk about something, go ahead. Because I don't really know what to talk about. I guess I could change the subject to something completely different. That's all I. You spent this weekend drunk and full of food. Sounds nice. Maybe if I knew how to fucking cook, I could have been at least one of those things too. Alright, regardless. You know what I've been kind of wanting to talk about? I should probably bring it up. You know what? I'm not really an expert in this kind of thing, and this is kind of like a big important issue, but I'm gonna bring it up, I guess. Long story short, politics. We've talked about this sort of thing in the past. Uh, I think it was like when Arizona was on a GTA stream. We talked about stop killing games and like generally people just trying to fucking censorship and take away people's rights just because they can't be bothered to be a fucking parent. Well, here's another one of those things. I'm going to post a link in chat. Is this the right one? That might be the wrong one actually. That might be I mean that's also a good cause. I think this is the wrong one. Yeah, this is Stop Killing Games. This is the thing Arizona mentioned. Hang on, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Incorrect. Also a good cause, also something you should check out. Same people, but different cause. Also very important. Long story short, people are trying to fucking make it so that every time you do anything on the internet ever, you have to give up literally any and all of your fucking personal information to do anything. So that way the government can constantly track you, and so the government can constantly put any sorts of blocks and anything that they don't like. And let's face it, they're definitely not going to use it to protect the kids from any bad content or whatever. They're just going to use it for fucking totalitarian bullshit. Stop killing the internet.com. Big important shit. Especially because, like, I heard they mentioned something. I don't know if they mentioned it, but I saw it online that there's like a government act or something called the quote unquote Kids Online Safety Act, which is definitely not going to be helping kids, for the fucking record. Yeah, apparently that's making distance and it should not be, so fucking look up stopkillingtheinternet.com, do some research, and help. Please, for the love of God, help. I'm not very good at saying this sort of thing. I'm not a government speaker or anything. I'm not a politician. I don't know what the fuck I'm going on about. I'm not anything like that. But I just wanted to get that out there. These are problems, and we need to stop them so that way we don't have all of our fucking rights taken from us. Because that's what they're trying to fucking do. Under the guise of protecting children. Even though it really isn't. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. We know that you're full of shit. Stop trying to trick us. Anyway. If you're a politician, I'd vote for you. That's a bad idea. I guess it can't get much worse than the people who are currently in charge. So, fucking what do I know? Regardless, I'm gonna read that message that Arizona sent just to get us back onto something more lighthearted. I invited Nora and Teach and some others over for 4th of July since I had the house to myself. They cooked me barbecue and it was yummy. That sounds like a real nice day, and I hope that you had a good time. I don't remember where. Did I already do the last race here, actually? No. Okay. I was not wrong. I just forgot where it was. Which is crazy with how many times I've done it. But yeah, maybe don't vote for me as a politician because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Again, the bar's pretty fucking low, so at the very least, I probably couldn't do worse than a certain someone. But, like, god fucking damn. Not to keep ragging on about politics, but, like, I've been thinking about this the other day. There's this series that's been making ground on YouTube lately. Uh, and for the record, I'm not saying anything negative about the person who's making it. It's a YouTube channel called Amanda's Mild Takes. Very good videos from this series that I've been watching. It's a series called Donald Trump's L's for the Week. Very good series talking about all the times that he's getting told to fuck off. And it's very nice. Except for the fact that I had the realization that what fucking point are we at? That the only thing giving us hope for the future is seeing the people in charge of the fucking government getting told to fuck off and failing. We shouldn't be getting, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that anything he's doing is good, and it's a good thing that he is just constantly getting fucked over lately. But, like, what fucking point is this world at that we're getting positivity from seeing our government fail? You know? The bar is so low, it's a tripping hazard in hell, and yet here our politicians are limbo dancing with the devil. Yeah, exactly. That's the exact thing. Like, good for her for spreading, like, important information and trying to, like, break people's moods by showing just how all the problems that he's trying to fucking cause aren't going through. But at the same time, it's like the fact that this is the most positivity the world has been getting lately from the failure of a government, that feels like a bad thing, you know? Those are the people in charge of us. We shouldn't be at a point where we're rooting for their downfall. And it's not like we're not justified, is the fucked up part. We're 1000% justified to be doing this. Because what the fuck? This is ridiculous. Ah, that killed me. That's gonna ruin this whole thing. Like, even a fucking moron like me who doesn't know shit about politics can see this is the problem. Everything that's going on here is a problem. Not with the series that she's making, not with that YouTuber. She's fine. It's just watching that series made me come to that realization of like, this is the point that the world is at. We're rooting for the downfall of people in charge of us. That's the only way we can get hope. I don't know, man. This is a very dark stream, and I didn't expect that. Okay. A very dark, very grim, very sad stream. And I apologize. Okay. Okay. And, like, I don't want to keep going down this path, but at the same time, now I'm suddenly remembering the shit that Sony's been doing lately about trying to get rid of physical games. Right after immediately fucking removing like 500 movies that people have already paid for and owned from people's PlayStation consoles. So yeah, more of that you will own nothing and be happy about it thing. Always remember, it is correct. It is morally correct to pirate from corrupt companies. That's all I will say on that matter. Video game preservation is far more important than EA or Microsoft's bottom line. Fuck. Any sort of media preservation is more important than someone's bottom fucking line. I might not be religious, but I see what they're talking about when they say that money is the devil incarnate. I do think it's also suspicious that they apparently take money from the people in their churches, though. Then again, I don't know much about it. I'm not religious. I need to stop talking about this kind of stuff, honestly. Just in general. Like, this is not the place for that. I'm so annoyed. Alright, I'm gonna hydrate. Alright. You know what? Let's actually try to switch to something more positive and talk about the fact that even if modern games are having some trouble with being preserved, a lot of older games are not. As you can tell from the fact that I am playing an older game right now. There's so many just incredible games that have been preserved thanks to the fact that they're no longer on the market and able to be found for anything more than $1,000 for some reason. All thanks to media preservation. Fuck off, you. And that's good shit. Any sort of preservation website, that's some good shit. Support websites like the Internet Archive and Wikipedia. Free resources for like literal decades, maybe even century, probably not centuries. Maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna say probably not. Maybe though. Centuries worth of information. Maybe at least one. 1 century. I don't know. Probably not. But still, so much important information from throughout history has been documented on this kind of shit. Support those websites. So that way this shit just isn't lost. Because corporations will never care about you or the past. All they care about is their bottom line. And if they have to fucking wipe out history just so they can get a couple extra bucks, you know damn well that they're gonna do everything in their power to do so. I'm trying real hard to not break my car here. Okay, that's not gonna help. Okay, we're fine. But yeah, there's just so much shit out there available for the taking. Shit that would have been lost for years now if it wasn't for people tracking it down and preserving it on the internet. Lost media people, they're just modern day historians, let's face it. It's pretty much just the same shit, except instead of like billion-year-old scrolls or whatever, it's like a fucking 2010 Flash game. And that's just, well, no, you know what? Yeah. I'd say any sort of media preservation is just as important. It's important to document history. Because if we don't document history, how are we supposed to learn from it? You know? Learning from the past is insanely important. Trust me, the world has learned some very important lessons, despite the fact that there are certain people who refuse to learn these lessons. I'm just saying, I'm not going to say who, but, there are definitely certain people who seem to refuse to learn very important lessons that the past has taught us aggressively. This race is really supposed to be against the other racers, but because they always get stuck on something, it just winds up being more of a race against the clock, if anything. BRB, gotta get dinner, hope you win. I don't know, it's a little early for me to be winning. There's a lot of time left in the stream. Also, if I'm driving like that, I'm not gonna be winning anything. Especially since I still have to loop around to somewhere else. I don't know, I'm not confident in this one. I don't know why I'm going off on all these fucking weird ass tangents today, but you know what? I'm fine with that. Some days you just need to go off about stupid bullshit. And if I know anything, it's stupid bullshit. Right, this was the final part. You gotta fucking weave through all of this shit. And then you loop back around to the seaside. At the very least, you know exactly where you're supposed to go because of how fucking restrictive this race is. I guess they probably had to make it pretty restrictive just so that they could use as much space as physically possible here. But I mean, goddamn. I'm gonna wreck my fucking car before I get there anyway. Like, 40 seconds isn't really gonna be enough, I don't think. Not with my driving, at least. Oh shit, someone actually managed to get over here. It's gonna be real close, and I don't have faith in myself here. 15 seconds isn't gonna be enough to get back to that guy. And if that one's not the finish line, then we're screwed. And it isn't, of course. Where's the finish line? Oh my god! How far out is it? God damn! That was definitely my best run yet, but the bar was pretty low, apparently. If I'm doing that shit, it's gonna get even lower. Maybe I should restart this one. I'm doing real bad. Damn it. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna. That one was real bad. There was no recovering that one. Oh, this one's called the Gauntlet. Is that has it always been called that? I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but still, how did I not notice that? Maybe I should start taking that jump slower. My fucking nose have been giving me so much trouble today. And it's driving me nuts because I'm trying to drive, but my nose keeps fucking being itchy, and now I can't see anything. This is fine, this is fine. I'm stuck on nothing. Oh my god. I wish I had more things to talk about, but at the same time, I feel like I should probably just shut the fuck up for a little bit because I've been kind of going off on odd topics today that someone like me probably shouldn't be talking about. I should leave that to the political YouTubers, I feel like, and the drama YouTubers. Ah, I did that twice. I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to not do that next time. God, imagine if I actually fucking get it this time, so then my counter is gonna be, at the very least, off by 1. I probably won't, but it would be kind of funny. Alright, slow down. There we go. That's how you do that. Instead of slamming yourself headfirst into the wall. The invisible wall. Well, sometimes it's invisible. Sometimes I'm hitting above the tires. At least you don't have to worry about getting a hit and run during this shit. This would be impossible if you had to worry about the cops, too. Because goddamn, I love it when I turn left and he goes forward. That's always so fun. God, it has been so fucking hot around here lately. I mentioned before, I live in a desert. It's summer. I'm dying over here, man. Like, it's bad. It's real bad. Especially because we can't really afford to, like, turn on the air conditioner. That shit's expensive, man. I mean, we have, like, a cooler, but it doesn't really get through the whole house a lot of the time. Ah, I'll hydrate in a second. Stop dying. I can't control it. I blame the sun. Living in a desert in the middle of summer really feels like I'm dealing with that fucker from Mario 3. You know the one. Just constantly. Just he's always there. And I can never be rid of him. Fuck that guy, by the way. But man, it sucks. I will say, so far the stream has been putting me in somewhat of a better mood. I mean, the bar was pretty low again. Thank you for that game. Thank you for that game. That was so fair. That was so fun and so fair. Just so fair. All right. But yeah, this may be a pain in the ass, but I'm still enjoying this. It's nice to just like not think about all of that lost footage and all of the time wasted. At the very least, now I have more time to do other things. Now I don't have to worry about fucking editing that. That just means that I have to focus on finishing up Sonic Adventure and working on scripted video. And then figuring out what the fuck I'm gonna be doing for YouTube next. Which is great. It's wonderful. I'm so glad. Because I do want to keep things going on YouTube, honestly. Right? Because I enjoy making, like, the edited, cut down stuff. It allows me to be a little bit more creative, be allow words. It allows me to be a little bit more creative, put more work into making things look a bit better. I'm not gonna do Shadow the Hedgehog Arizona. You should realize that by now, from all the times I told you that I'm not gonna be doing that with you. Fuck. But yeah, like I enjoy doing that kind of thing, but at the same time, it's like honestly, I don't even know if it's gonna be worth it. I would like to, and I still want to at least finish scripted video. Things on YouTube are getting pretty complicated. Things on YouTube have always been kind of complicated, but they're getting pretty complicated as of late. Especially because I heard they're gonna be fucking prioritizing like TV channels and stuff. You know, normal established media, which I feel would be like the final step for removing the U from YouTube. It's their tube now. Because it really does feel like that's what they've been doing for a real long time now. Just trying to get the actual YouTubers out of the way just so that they can shove in their corporate shit. Because those ones pay YouTube to put their shit front and center. Why would they help out smaller, more creative creators when they can get money for it instead? And the worst part is, it doesn't look like there's any real YouTube alternative. I already pressed that twice, so we don't need to press that again. I might need to try a different car. I don't know if this one's gonna work. We must take back the means of production, comrade. Our tube. You know what? Damn straight. Maybe someone should make a YouTube alternative called Our Tube. Could we stop spinning, please? Thank you. You know what? That was such a bad spin out that I'm just gonna cancel that. Then again, I wonder if this new Our Tube would just kind of loop back around. Like we would just end up. What is this? Oh, I'm guessing that's the one I got for beating all of the other missions. Like it would just end up being the same as YouTube, with it just being owned by fucking greedy assholes. I guess that's probably how it always goes, huh? I wonder if that hover bike is any good. It says it's here. Maybe I just need to find someone to buy it. Either I get that from completing all of the races, street races, or I buy that from someone somewhere in the level. That's usually how the two different come on, brain. That's usually how the unlockable cars work. There's like one you get from completing all the races, one for completing the bonus mission, and I don't think that one's for the bonus mission. And then there's one that you just have to like. Actually, I think there's like two that you have to buy from characters. Now that I think about it, it's just that one of them is usually required for a mission, and the other one's just, come on, dude. And the other one's just from some random guy. I think it's Gil, actually. We need to find Gil, I think. Nope, that's a wrench. I have no idea where he would be, but I assume that when we get close enough, there's gonna be like a shop thing on the map. I know that's never like inside a building. The buildings are usually just for like mission objectives and costumes, which we don't really care about. Well, there's still some of this area that I haven't checked, so I guess I need to be thorough. It's so much harder to find like anything in this mod just because it's so huge. Every level is literally every area. And like I get that they had to spread it out, but at the same time, it is impossible to find shit sometimes. Like I have no idea where I'm supposed to buy anything from this fucking guy. I think it's gonna be in like one of the actual main areas instead of like the connecting areas, if that makes any sense. Like it's not going to be in one of the long highways or something. It's going to be like in a spot like this where there's like a whole connected thing. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I imagine it's going to be a while before we manage to complete that last street race though. Like I think I would have to have the fastest car available and have perfect driving. And I don't even really have one of those things. Nevertheless, both of them. Has that always been there? I don't remember this at all. I don't really need the coins though, so I guess I'm just gonna leave. You know what, chat? Tell me what you hate about YouTube. I feel like I always go on and on about what I hate about YouTube. What about you? Ugh, what bothers you about YouTube? Because I know there's probably going to be at least something. The ads will always probably forever be the top for me because there's just so fucking many all the time, constantly. I like how I say I don't need the coins and then proceed to hit like every single box of coins. Hate how they changed the subscriptions page. Oh yeah. They're always making the fucking worst changes to the UI constantly. This isn't gonna work, right? I probably can't just hide back in here. The camera's stuck. It's working though, because they're kind of somewhere else. They can't really get to me here. Swear to God, they're making it harder to find the videos from the creators you're subscribed to so they can shove their YouTube darlings down your throat in the For You page. Dude, like, why even have the fucking For You page? You know? So much of, like, YouTube, all of the changes they're making is just. They need to learn the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because Christ, dude. Everything they do is them trying to quote unquote fix something, and it's always so much worse. Like, I've had this weird issue. I don't know if anyone else has seen this, but they changed like the viewing page, just the basic thing for when you're watching a video. Now instead of all the videos just being along the side of the website, it's like a fucking weird, I don't know, like sidebar. And of course, they use that to shove a bunch of other shit down your throat that has nothing to do with what you wanted or came here for. And it's like, it's not like they don't still have. Oh, the fucking alien got my car. Right, well, I still need to use that, so. There we go. As I was saying, it's not like they don't still have the old style of, like, the side layout with all the videos as it was before, but now they have this stupid fucking sidebar in the way. You know? Like, just every time I look at, like, anything that they do to YouTube, it's like, stop fucking changing it. Just stop. Just stop fucking changing it. It was fine before. And nobody fucking likes Mr. Beast anymore anyway. So stop shoving him down our fucking throats too. We all know that he's a fucking scumbag. So just stop. I feel like I've pretty much combed the entire area for this guy. But yeah, there's actually so many things, not even just YouTube, where it's like they just change things for the sake of change. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the time they're just implementing these changes just so that they look busy and don't actually realize, oh, wait, this change is fucking awful. BRB again, that's fine. Take your time. Like, here's one. Recently, I was pretty much forced to update my phone. Long story short, I was having this weird issue with it where, like, there was a dead zone right in the middle of the screen where I just couldn't tap on anything, which, for the record, touchscreen phones kind of suck in general, so we should really start trying to move away from that, I feel like. But that's a personal opinion thing, regardless. But, like, for one thing, because I had my old phone get ruined, I'm currently using my dad's hand me down phone. Like, the phone my dad had when he passed away. Rest in peace. But regardless, when I wanted to switch over to that phone, Apple forced me to update it. Oh wait, he has multiple? What about the hearse? I mean the hover bike, not the hearse. That's not fair. I was talking to someone. Why is Twitch ads trying to sell me mattresses named Zenus? Rhymes with penis. I don't know. But for a mattress, it sounds like it'd be kind of hard, don't you think? That was bad. I'm sorry. That was terrible. I'm sorry. Regardless. Wait, Seaside. Wrong way. I got distracted by that. Where? Where's Seaside? Right, but I was fucking forced to update my phone against my will, even though my phone was working fine, if not better, before. So I'm not happy about that shit. But, like, the first thing I noticed, apparently they switched to this new design that they call liquid glass for the UI. I call it dog shit because it looks fucking terrible. And I don't understand why they keep making changes like this, you know? At the very least, it's my fucking phone. If I don't want to update it, you shouldn't be allowed to just force me to update it. It is my phone. We paid money for these things. You don't get to decide what happens to it after we pay money for it. We're back onto the subject of fucking uh Sony getting rid of physical games, I guess. This is going to be an odd one to get used to, but I think that extra speed is going to help me, unfortunately. Stop. Oh, I am not going to be able to figure this fucking thing out in time, am I? Camera is not helping me either, by the way. But yeah, it's like, stop changing shit, you know? We don't need to change things. Things work fine the way they do a lot of the time. And obviously, I'm not saying that all things work fine the way they do. To loop back to another part of this conversation that we shouldn't be talking about, the US government, for example. But, hot take, well, I guess not hot take, but like, thing I probably shouldn't have said aside. eh, um, it's just so irritating when things that are very clearly fine just get changed to something obviously terrible for no reason. Like, you would think we would have learned by now, don't you think? You know, I might not have to use this car because this is not, well, car, quote unquote, this is bike. But this thing is not my control scheme. I want to say speed, but the speed is fine, I suppose. The speed is as fast as possible, which is kind of what we need. But it's tough to control. This isn't Mario Kart Wii, that's for damn sure. Or GTA 5 for that matter. I can control bikes in that game just fine too. Would you not? Fuck. Alright, I guess that one was on me. Oh, come on, grab the wrench, dude. I mean, I'm kind of getting it. It's it feels very odd though. Don't you dare. Fuck. Seriously? Alright, this is fine. We can make up some lost ground in straightaways. Please. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make this. I've already wasted too much time in this part of the race. The fact that I keep running straight into walls is not helping either. Stop sliding! I'm pushing left, dude! Jesus. Alright. Back on track for a couple seconds. Arizona redeemed nothing. Thank you for that. Another thing that's kind of an example of like changing things when it doesn't need to be changed. Let's face it. Let's all just come together and face facts here. The Switch UI design is shit. I'm sorry. Say what you will about the Switch itself, but the UI for it is fucking boring as hell. It's nothing. Do you mean the Switch UI or what you redeemed? It was nothing. But yes, both of them are very nothing. Like, it just feels so fucking empty and bland and, well, corporate. You know? It's just boring. Nintendo being boring, you know? Meanwhile, you look at the Wii U and the Wii, and it's like, they put some good shit into that. And then you look at the 3DS, and it's like, there was all sorts of different fucking backgrounds and shit. Sure, you did have to pay for a lot of them, which was dumb. But, like, you know, that was some cool shit. They put some nice detail into those. And it's like, why is the Switch just nothing? This isn't gonna work. Damn it. That would have been actually, it would have sucked because I would have missed all the checkpoints over here. But that would have been kind of funny, though. The failure of the Wii U made them afraid to innovate. And that sucks because the Wii U wasn't a bad console. It was just kind of other things that held it back, you know? Like the lack of third party support or games in general. It was clearly pretty decent. A lot of the games on it were really good. There's a reason why a lot of them got remade for Switch. Because they were good games. Good games and pretty decent technology, you know? Marketing held back the Wii U 1000%. Just the fact that it was called the Wii U instead of like something that actually communicated that it was a Wii U or that it was a different console, that kind of led to a lot of problems, I imagine. Wii U marketing or Wii marketing went crazy. Wii U was just kind of there. That's fair. Add the name of the Wii U, making it sound like an extension of the Wii and not a new console like the Wii Fit or Wii Motion Plus, and people just don't understand what it is. Yeah, as I was saying, people just thought it was another addition for the Wii. They didn't understand that it was a whole new console. Can't get away with just calling it the Super Nintendo Entertainment System anymore. You gotta tell people, hey, this is not another Wii. This is a new console with entirely new games. This is not just an addition to the Wii, like the Wii. Uh, fuck, what was it called? Wii Balance Board. That's it. This is a new console. You need to tell people that. I mean, sure, some people understood. I did. A lot of other people did not at all. They just thought it was like a tablet add-on for the Wii U or the Wii. The Wii was a great console, and you cannot change my mind. It was just held back by outside factors. The Wii U itself was not the problem. Just the name, really, and the lack of any real marketing, and the lack of third-party support. The fact that the Wii shit all had to start with Wii also didn't help the Wii U. Fair. Like, we had Wiimotes, Wii Fit, Wii Motion Plus, Wii Sports, Wii Balance Board. Yeah, that's fair. Back to the Nintendo Entertainment System versus Super Nintendo Entertainment System comparison. People probably would have been really confused if they marketed if stuff like the Zapper was like, well, I guess it is. It's called the NES Zapper. So I guess I don't know. I guess just that one though. If they had like a bunch of different add-ons, all with Nintendo Entertainment System behind it, and they just called the Super Nintendo as it is, it probably would have been just as confusing, or at least around that much. The Wii attracted a lot of people to new video games and consoles due to how easy and intuitive it was to use. Hang on. How it was to use, so those people would have no clue that the Wii U wasn't some shit like a Wii remote. Yeah. Fuck me then. Like, I just don't know if this hover bike is gonna cut it. I just can't figure out the controls with it. It's just a little too slidey for my taste. Fuck. It doesn't help when you barely clip the edges of buildings like that. Okay, well. But I think the other vehicle that has maximum speed is unlocked by getting through all of the races in here. But yeah, I continue to stand by the Wii U. It got a bad rap. The Wii U did not fail Nintendo. Nintendo failed the Wii U. Yeah. And to think, the Wii U was like half the price of what the Switch 2 is. And it had just as much potential. And both of them are kind of just squandering it right now. I mean, the Wii U doesn't really have a choice at this point. It's already far too late for it. Also, it's not just Nintendo. For the record, I'm gonna throw this in here again. The lack of third-party support, the lack of like non-Nintendo games on there, also didn't help the Wii U. And also, back on the subject of Nintendo failing the Wii U, there was some total garbage on the Wii U eShop. Let's be realistic here. Nintendo's quality control is not what it used to be. There's still some garbage on the Switch eShop. Let's be real. Back in like the NES days, Nintendo wouldn't even allow shit if it wasn't like the best of the best, and people would have to make like bootleg cartridges to get their games on there. And a lot of the time, they probably shouldn't have. Not for legality reasons, just because of quality reasons. And I'm not talking about the quality of the cartridge, it's what's on the cartridge that counts. But yeah, meanwhile, you look at like the shit on the modern day Switch shop, and it's like, what in God's name is this? Granddad 7? What happened to Granddad 1 through 6? Alright. I guess we'll never know. Fuck. Flintstone, yes. Why does the camera do that right there? What is that about? Okay. I don't even know where this race is gonna end at this point. Because we got pretty much right back around to where it started, and it just kind of went a different direction. Fuck's sake. Like, why even have this be, like, an actual race against other people here? Because, like, for all intents and purposes, if this was actually going off of whether or not like who was going the fastest, who finished the race first, instead of based off of this timer, I would have won like every time because I'm just fundamentally better at driving through this than these guys. Because they just keep getting fucking stuck, dude. But like, it doesn't even matter because the timer is the only thing deciding whether or not you can finish this race. Oh yeah, and the health of your car. That's also kind of an issue. Built different. Yes, they certainly are built different. Built incorrectly, you might say. Built Ford tough. I don't know if you're referring to something specific, but I don't want to mention it because it would technically be spoilers, even if it doesn't really count as spoilers for something. I mean, obviously, you're also referring to Ford, the car company, but still. That could also potentially be a reference to something else that has given me trouble lately. If you know, you know. And if you don't, well, you don't, I guess. I'm really not doing great this race. Because they're all, like, actually competing this time. I don't know what you're talking about. She totally knows what I'm talking about now. Fuck. This thing is not gonna work. This thing's kind of dog shit, not gonna lie. Hmm. I'm inclined to try this one again, but I don't know if that acceleration's gonna help me much. I mean, it probably isn't gonna help much because it's bad acceleration, is what I'm saying. Excuse me. I'll be honest with you, I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about. Oh, right. I just don't understand why they felt the need to give us a timer for this race. Either don't have the timer or don't have the other racers, you know? Because clearly only one of them is actually going to matter. Anyways, fret not. Portal Companion Collection is on this Nintendo eShop for $5. That'd be more exciting if I didn't hear that that was kind of a buggy mess. It is still two really good games, though, so who knows? Maybe it is worth it. I mean, it can't be as bad as Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, right? Few remakes are as bad as that one. Let's be realistic here. This is the wrong way again. You know what? I'll say it. I think Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is a better remake than Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. $5 and you can take my wife on the go. Arizona, out of context, that sounds either very different from what you intended or exactly how you intended. But it definitely doesn't sound wholesome. Either way, I can already do that because I have Bridge Constructor Portal on my Switch. Good game. Hard game. Still haven't beaten it. Those last words. The entire last section is just hell on earth. It makes me wish that I was being thrown into an incinerator. Excuse me. I don't understand physics. You also no, I'm not gonna say anything. All I'll say is that Arizona streamed that game a while back, and it was an experience. As someone who's managed to get all the way to the end of that game, watching her go through the beginning was interesting. I'll give you that much. I would like to see that again if you ever have working internet, but I won't get my hopes up because you're still kind of stuck with Spectrum, aren't you? I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, but I'm probably going to have this be the last stream of this playthrough just because we've already beaten the game and I don't really know what else we're going to do from here on out because I don't really want to bother with all the special objectives or words, all the bonus missions and collecting all the cards and everything. If I'm going to 100% the Simpsons hit and run on stream, it's going to be the normal one. You might be getting AT&T, but we'll see. I think that might be what I have. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still confused about that. Trying to get your new PC set up first. That's very fair. Are you getting any closer to having that work? Because it's really sad that Adam and Stephen bought and constructed that whole thing for you, and then a single forklift just forked up your whole month. Yes, I did say that like that intentionally. I bet that if Plan A was actually able to go through, that whole thing wouldn't have happened. For added context, originally Steve and Adam and I were actually going to go over there and hand deliver that to you, but none of us really had the cash to do that. So we just kind of canceled, and then they sent it to you. I appreciate that I was invited, but also I just want to make this clear. I did not have anything to do with the PC. I was just informed about it because they wanted me to come with, which is very nice of them, and I appreciate that. It just seems kind of weird that they would, like, specifically for the two of them to build you a PC and then, like, hey, what if David came with us? I guess I don't know. It's nice. I appreciate it. It seems weird that they would invite me like that. Tell them next time to just send the parts over individually. I think the PC was already constructed by the time I found out. Also, would you have been able to construct it? I don't know how to build a PC. And I don't know if you would have known how to build a PC. Nora can build PCs, so I could have just paid her $20 to build it. I mean, fair enough. You probably got yours at a steal. I got my PC built for a whole Xbox. Original Xbox, by the way. Not 360, not Xbox One. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with my PC, even if it does give me some issues sometimes. Like the fact that the fan seems to go nuts every single time I turn it on lately, and I have to keep putting it into sleep mode and turning it back on again until the fan stops. From what I can tell, like shaking. At least I hope it's shaking and not just like parts grinding against each other there. It seems fine. I haven't really had any issues with it besides that, I suppose. It's just a little worrying. I guess it's an age thing, but I feel like I haven't really had this PC for all that long for it to already be doing shit like that, you know? I digress. But also, I think instead of making products completely different in the worst ways possible every fucking week, I think the companies in charge of making these things should instead focus on making their devices last more than a week. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Apparently, in some parts of the world, it is literally illegal to sell products that fall apart. Planned obsolescence, I believe it's called. And I think that's a really good thing, and we should make that illegal in more places, including this place, America. When Nora was over this weekend, I did ask her to look at the PC. She took it apart and put it back together, which fixed the graphics card issue I was having. I just didn't have it plugged in right. SSD is fucked, though. That sucks. I'm sorry. I hope that's not too expensive, because I guess that means you're just gonna have to buy another, right? Because that's just so easy to do in this day and age, with every fucking PC part being insanely expensive, so that greedy corporate assholes can fund their next plagiarism machine, and the data centers required to store all of that stolen art and everything else. I heard at one point that it was revealed, quote unquote, that a shitload of copyrighted songs were stored in those sorts of things, and that they might be suing. God, I hope they sue, because that would be so good. That it's exactly what the world needs. It would shut all of those fucking things down pretty much immediately. Well, probably not shut it down completely, but it would do some big fucking damage to it. And they would have to get rid of every single one of those, so they would not be able to steal from any of those songs anymore. God. At this point, I don't want the AI bubble to pop. I want it to be fucking slaughtered and splattered across the fucking walls, along with the people in charge of it. There's no way I'm going to be able to get this. I just don't think I'm going to be able to get through this street race. It's just too strict of a time limit. And my driving is too bad. As you can see, I'm going to upload every Disney movie and soundtrack onto the servers onto my local data center and let Mouse take care of AI for me. Wasn't Disney supporting AI for a while there? Like they were putting funding into one of their things? I don't think the Mouse is on our side on that one anymore, Arizona. Unfortunately. I mean, I'm not surprised. Let's be real. But still, it is unfortunate that they did switch sides. Okay, fuck you too then, game. Like, this just requires perfection. And the fact that you pretty much can't get that perfection right at the start because of these fuckers just makes this borderline impossible. If not possibly, just straight up impossible. I'll upload the ROM of every Nintendo game and let she take care of AI for me. I don't know, maybe? Maybe that would work. He does he does usually try to deal with that kind of thing. But I know a lot of game developers have been trying to shove that shit into their games. And apparently, for some mysterious reason, quote unquote, whenever that happens, suddenly everyone stops buying their games. I can't imagine why. I really couldn't. Like, no fucking shit, dude. Pay attention to what's going on and you would see exactly why. Would you get out of here, bro? Fuck's sake. I honestly just think that it's so genuinely insane that literally anyone could support these things, knowing fully well that literally all they're doing is just plagiarizing work. That's literally it. That's all it is. It just plagiarizes work. Like, how? How? And some of the arguments people use for it are so fucking insane that it makes me wonder if they're just genuinely that fucking dumb, dude. Like, God forbid you put any time and effort into something. You know what I did to learn how to do 3D modeling? I fucking opened up Blender, looked up a tutorial for how to 3D model, and then followed that tutorial to learn how to 3D model. And that's it. And before anyone says, "Oh, so you just copied the tutorial exactly," the tutorial made a human woman, and I made a fucking crocodile. So don't even try to give me that shit. You cannot say that I did not put my own creative spin on that tutorial, because I made a whole ass other fucking species, and it's not very good, but I feel like I did okay. I'm still learning. And that's okay. Taking time to learn something is okay. You don't have to be perfect first try. You just need to actually try to fucking learn it instead of asking the computer to steal other people's work for you. It's not hard at all. Blender is a free program, and if you were watching this, you have the technology to use it. I can guarantee you. They made a human woman and you made a human crocodile. I don't know if there's any human in there. It's definitely somewhat near human proportions, I suppose. Either way, there is no woman in there. Fucking lamppost always getting in the way, I swear to god. But yeah, like, why bother trying to fucking do that sort of AI bullshit when you can actually learn something? You know? It's not hard. For pretty much everything you want to do, there's almost always going to be a tutorial out there to teach you how to do exactly what it is you would like to do. You want to learn how to make games? Well, there's plenty of free softwares out there for that, and far more tutorials on how to use those softwares. I've even done it on stream, and sure, what we made was kind of janky and not quite what I was looking for, but with some fucking tinkering, I could easily fix that and make it into what I'm looking for on my own without using a fucking AI. It's not that hard. You just have to actually be bothered to learn something, and you have to be okay with knowing that it's not going to be perfect right away. There's going to be problems, there's going to be mistakes, and there's going to be learning experiences, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you never make a mistake, then you never end up learning from those mistakes. Every little mistake is a very important lesson for you to take in. Like, even just from, like, the 4th of July stream, that wasn't actually a 4th of July stream, it was just a stream on 4th of July, besides the point. I learned quite a bit. I learned how to make a fucking double jump in that shit. And, like, it wasn't quite what I was looking for because it kept going in the same direction. But, like, I've pieced together just by thinking and using my brain, something AI Tech Bros could never. I've been able to, like, piece together some ideas on how to fix that and make it what I was looking for. You know? It wasn't that hard. I could fucking show you guys right now if you would like. I'll give this one more try. And if you guys want to see, then I could show you what I made last time and then possibly try my little fix that I thought up. But for now, I'm just going to focus on this. Get out of here, bro. Sure, go for it. Alright, I'll probably do that after I do this. I haven't touched it since 4th of July, because that was literally 2 days ago, and I haven't really been in the mood for game development. I've mostly just been, like, thinking. But be warned, for when we go over there, it looks really bad. I didn't do a good job. The animations are jank. And it didn't even really work how I was hoping. I think part of it's just, like, because Unreal tries to, like, blend animations together, but I kind of made animations that were, like, expected to fire off on their own. So instead of doing, like, the full animation, it just kind of, like, just flips to, like, halfway through and doesn't show the full thing. I don't know. Maybe I could fix that too. Probably not going to be able to do too much, though, because we're right at the end of the stream. So, like, this is probably gonna... Like, we're only gonna have, like, what, 10 minutes? By the time I finish this race? Who knows? Maybe I'll go a little bit over just to mess around with game dev. Since I have been doing so many short streams. Just give you guys a little treat. Who knows? But yeah, like, it's really not that hard to learn how to do things, and a lot of it's just kind of practice. And it's not hard. And you know what you do if you find yourself not being able to do something? You change methods. You want to know a big part as to why I got into 3D stuff? I couldn't do 2D. It just didn't really click with me. I couldn't make anything that I liked when I was doing, like, fucking pen and paper drawings or anything. So instead of fucking bitching and moaning to an AI about it, I just learned Blender instead. And it clicked with me. I could figure that out. I learned how to use that. You know? You should never feel like you have to ask an AI to do something. Because if you have, quote unquote, have to ask an AI to do something, then you failed at the very first and most important step: trying. It's always better to try, because even if you don't make something that's as good as you were hoping, there's always the fact that you learned that. You figured out how to do that. You know? That's a big thing. You're just kind of taking that away from yourself. You will never get the same sort of satisfaction from finishing a project if you just made an AI do it. That's just the fact of the matter here. Never use an AI for creative endeavors. Ever. For any reason. You want ideas? You look online and find ideas. You look at other people who have also tried experimenting with things. You try experimenting with things. You see what works. Not only is that just better than asking a fucking AI to do it for you, but that's also how you develop your own unique style and whatever, you know? something that reflects you as a person. That's what people want when they see art. They want to see the artist behind that, not see the generic fucking art pieces made out of stolen shit from other people's art. They want to see you. I don't know how I got so deep into this conversation. I just kind of get super deep into conversations when I don't have much else to say, but at the same time, I feel like whenever that happens, I can occasionally come out with some pretty good advice, and I feel like that was all real good advice that you should probably listen to. And I know that sounds crazy coming from me. I'm always saying never listen to anything I say ever, but like that was good advice for once. You should listen to what I said there. Go learn how to do something. Don't fucking ask an AI. Put your unless you're doing something on your phone, unless you're making something on your phone, then put your fucking phone down and then pick it back up again because you're probably going to use it to look up a YouTube tutorial or something instead of using the fucking AI and just try to learn something. Listen to everything I say always. Don't do that. That's a bad idea from Arizona. Like, look at this game that we're playing right now, the Simpsons Hit and Run. This shit wasn't made because they fucking jammed Simpsons racing game into an AI. This was made with people who had passion for the show and for game development. And they put time and effort and love into this. Things that an AI could never. And an AI tech bro could never. And they had to think and figure out how to fix things and make things work and balance things. Same with the mod creator. AI could never. AI tech bros could never. If you're just fucking worshipping the fucking AI, then oh no, get ready for someone to drop their fucking Coke can in there and immediately ruin your quote unquote creativity that you never had. Alright, well, I guess we're just never gonna complete this. I can't. I can't. I'm bad at this. Alright. I think I'm done. We tried. Oh well. Maybe one day I'll come back to this and try it again. Maybe I'll just do it off stream. Who knows? Anyway, we don't need this anymore. We're going to switch overlays. Rest in peace, Homer Samson. Sam. There we go. That's what you said. Okay. Give me a second to open up. Nope. Game development, Unreal projects. There we go. Give it a second. It's starting up. Ow. You can tell I was really going at it today because my fingers are cracking like crazy. It's really fucking hot in here, man. I'm gonna turn my fan towards me. I'm not gonna turn on the music this time just because we're pretty much at the end of the stream. So it doesn't really matter that much, I feel like. But I'm going to click this. Okay, there we go. So there he is. Uh so since the first stream of this, we learned how to do many things. We can move. I now have figured out animation, and the running animation looks really bad. It doesn't look good. It looks more like he's power walking. I did a bad job. The walking animation looks fine though. Yeah, we can run, we can jump. It also looks really, really bad. And on the subject of looking bad, there's also a standing jump animation for when he's not moving. It looks all of this looks really bad. Hang on. No. Right. And then we also figured out how to do this. Second jump. He looks like he's coming to kick my ass. Yeah, kind of. I didn't mean for it to look like that. I feel like I did okay with the upper body. It's more the legs that bother me on the running animation. Right. But as you can see, whenever I double jump, he keeps going in the same direction as the first jump. I was kind of hoping that I'll get him to jump in the direction he's facing for the second jump. I have an idea on how to do that, but we need to go here. Okay, so this is the double jump, right? But we need to. There's a lot of things. We did a lot of things yesterday. It's gotten very complicated. Okay, so I think we need to grab like this and then shove it in here. Copy. Well, this is just one idea. I have another idea. I don't think that this was the idea I had that I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, now that I think about it. We'll compile that. And then we will try again. Okay, see, no. Does not work. And now that I'm actually here, I'm kind of thinking whatever my idea was, I don't actually remember what it was. I had one. I swear to God I had one. Right. It was something really weird. It was something from the tutorial. Hang on, give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the tutorial again because they mentioned like a specific node that I wanted to use, and I kind of forgot what that was. It's coming back to me. That's the thing. A lot. Can you add BLJ? I don't think so. Okay, you can watch again. So it's like something very specific. Hang on, I'm just kind of jumping around. I'm sorry. Aha. This. I want to set air control for like 1 second. Okay. It was like drag this, set air control. Then we drag this in here. Make this like 5, I guess. So if I do this, if I'm correct, yeah, okay. So now when I do the double jump, I have like complete control, which is closer, but not quite it. Right, but that's close. That's pretty close. And then can we drag set air control? Set air control again. Just set it to 0, I guess. So I'm thinking maybe this will make it so that it'll. No. Damn it. Ah. I thought maybe if I did it for like, it'll do it just for that one frame, and then it'll actually. Ah, man, no, okay. Well, I think normally the air control is like 1, actually. Compile. I'll try it one more time, just to be sure. Ooh, wait. No, hang on. No, that's wrong. Because now. Yeah, no, now he just has complete control of the air. That's incorrect, also. Okay. So now I've just made it worse. So this is supposed to be 0, I think. What's with this? Oh, thank you. File. Okay. That's disappointing. I'm sure I could learn how to do that, though. It's pretty close. As you can see, I can, in fact, double jump. I can walk around, I can move the camera, I can double jump. I have, like, the basis of what I'm looking for, I suppose. You know? I just want to be able to. Whatever. That's fine. You guys saw what I was trying to do anyway. You guys get it, I'm sure. Either way, that's about all that I have to do this stream. This was more than what we were originally planning on doing, but you know what? That's fine. I wish that there was a way to do just one quick thing. Just that one thing, but, I'm not very good at this, so I can't. Whatever. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm sorry this was kind of a weird stream. Just a weird energy all around. I've just been kind of in a weird energy all around today. But I appreciate you guys being here today. I'm gonna go get some rest. Thank you for hanging out. And hopefully, I will see you guys very soon. Probably with something else. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing next, though, because my other series for Wednesday didn't work out. I might try again with Tony Hawk, but I don't know. Because it would probably end up crashing more than just once. I did try to clean the disc. The I have not tried to play the game again though. So we'll just have to see. I'll get back to you. Either way, thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.